So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today I want to talk about Triton because it's still really good. So recently, few changes happened to excavation missions and people abandoned them almost instantly, which is something I don't really understand. So first of all, they made excavators more random, which means you are not very likely to get multiple excavators in the same general area, so you can run them at the same time. They also moved fusion cores down the priority list, so you are less likely to get fusion cores from an excavator. And they reduced the initial power an excavator starts with, so you have to carry more power cells to an excavator, which doesn't really change anything, because the timer on excavators is still the same, so it really doesn't change anything. So the only important change in here is that excavators don't spawn right next to each other anymore. But it's still faster to do excavation than to do survival, defense or interception if you want to go for rewards. Because it still takes only 90 seconds to finish an excavator and get a reward, and in survival you have to be there for 5 minutes. In defense you have to do 5 waves, and in interception you have to do an entire round. Here you just plop down an excavator, you bring a couple of power cells, and after 90 seconds, boom, you have your reward. So why are people not playing excavations? I'm genuinely curious. I don't have an answer for that. I really want to know why people aren't playing excavations anymore. Is it because of the whole Tower 4 interception thing with Mirage, where one Mirage makes a macro that spams Prism and you stand on your points for 2 hours and you watch a movie on the side? Is that it? Because if that's the case, that's really sad. Maybe I'm just weird and I don't understand, or I'm missing something, but I never understood this kind of thing, even back in World of Warcraft, where people used to bot Battlegrounds to get gear so they can play Battlegrounds. And this is pretty much the same thing. You are not playing the game, so you can then play the game, but with 50 more shields. Is it that much of a difference? Why not just play the game? I simply do not understand that. But anyway, today I decided to look for Bursas again, because the whole sabotage thing doesn't really work anymore, because they changed it so that if you finish the mission objective, enemies will only spawn for a couple of minutes and then the spawning will stop. So I started looking around the different Corpus planets and I eventually arrived on Neptune, and I was like, oh my, Triton, I haven't played Triton in quite a while. Let's jump in and see if it's as bad as people say it is. Spoiler alert here. It's not. I did a couple of runs where I did 10 excavators every time, and I am very happy with the results. It's not as crazy and fast as it used to be back in the day, because, well, you can't run multiple excavators at the same time because they spawn randomly around the map, but I still got quite a few fusion cores, whether it be common, uncommon or rare. I got a bunch of void keys from the excavators, and I also got some really cool mods like another combustion beam, because the amount of techs and different MOAs and snipers that spawn in this mission is still really high. And on top of that, you also get a lot of combined Scrumbus units which you can farm for Gaia's Tragedy and Vulpine Mask and mods like that. And guess what? Around the 5th or the 6th excavator, Bursas will start spawning, and they spawn a lot. So Triton is still really good. It's not as mental as it used to be, but you're still gonna get a ton of stuff. And if you don't believe me, just go and play it in game. Run it a couple of times, do 10-ish excavators, and even if you get ridiculously unlucky and you don't get anything good, at least you will have enough cryotic to build a new Cyber Mace. Alright? So that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. I thank you very much for watching once again. Go and try Triton again. It's still really good. Alright? So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.